All right, so the next part we're going to talk about is, do I need plugins? Maybe I need plugins, maybe I don't. Well, I'm going to say eventually everybody watching is going to need a plugin. Maybe somebody's going, well, I'm listening. Do I need a plugin? Yeah, stop asking that question. Yeah, I think everyone's going to need a plugin eventually for your WordPress site. And Stuart, really, the reason why I would say that you need one is because there's a lot of ones. There's plugins just for capturing contact information.
Right. Yeah.
There's plugins for, what are some basic plugins? What are the kinds of plugins you see all the time, Stu? Just a basic one.
Yeah, so the big three that we typically recommend are the SEO plugins.
Okay, so Yoast.
Yoast is an
great
example
plugin for search engine optimization.
Right, and if you want someone to be able to submit a contact form on your website or request a quote or something like that, you're going to need what's called a form generator, literally the ability to create a form.
People can fill out name, phone number, email, that kind of thing.
Right. There are some security plugins. This is where it gets a little nerdy, but just to protect your website, there's some security plugins that you can put in there as well.
There's nothing nerdy at all. I love it when we talk about lithium crystals. Stuart, what are your theories on time travel? No, I'm serious though. But anyway, and just one more shameless.
He almost answered that, Clay.
I was getting ready.
He was ready to answer that.
A quick shameless plug-in. Everyone here needs to listen to One Republic's Wherever I Go.
Yes.
Knew Ryan back in the day before he was famous, before the One Republic took off.
We
awesome
sang
guy.
together at ORU.
Did you really?
Yes, we did. We did.
Was he better than you, or were you better than him in your mind?
Obviously, he is 1,000 times better.
Well, Wherever I Go, little shameless plug-in. Check it out.
That's
Wherever
the name
I Go,
of the song,
One
Wherever I
Republic.
Go.
It's awesome. Good stuff. All right. Other notes here about plugins. A lot of plugins are free. Many plugins are free. Most plugins are free.
Right.
There's some plugins that cost you some money.
Yep.
But also plugins that can help you earn money are going to cost you money typically.
Yeah.
There are plugins where it's like, as an example, one I love. Oh, I love this one. The plugin by our main man, it's the podcast one. It's the Pat Flynn.
Yeah.
Can we Google Pat Flynn's blog? Pat Flynn's podcast plugin.
And Clay, as you're talking about plugins, as he's searching, this is a question that comes to mind.
Sure, dude.
Real basic. How many plugins can you put on a site?
Well, here's the problem. When the more plugins you put in on a site, the more code that's on the site.
Right.
The more code that's on the site, the slower that a site will become, or it slows down.
Yeah.
So what is a basic minimum that you recommend or a maximum?
When you're getting over 5 to 6 plugins, you need to be very careful.
Okay.
So let me show you an example. If you go to podcast.thrive15.com, we have a lot of Thrivers who've asked us to create a podcast, and so we're adding new videos all the time. Well, Pat Flynn has developed, he probably worked with a team of coders to do this, but this is our podcast.thrive15.com page, and on there we have a podcast, and that podcast player is the Pat Flynn player that we are purchasing and from Pat Flynn on a monthly basis, and I think the cost of it is approximately, what is it, like maybe $15 a month or something?
Actually, don't know, but it is a great. If
It's
you have a
awesome.
Podcast, oh man,
Pat Flynn, we love your plugin, Pat. Anyway, so moving on here, okay? Stu, can you think of a membership plugin off the top of your head? I hate to put you on the spot, but is there one in particular that you can use for, if you want to charge a customer's credit card $5.99 a month or whatever? Is there plugins you'd recommend for that?
Sure. There's Paid Memberships Pro is one that's really good. Wishlist Member is another one.
Can we do Wishlist Member? We search for it real quick. Wishlist Member. Okay, and then right there you can find one, and then these things. I mean, some of these are like $100 a month.
Yeah, this one, for example, is $197 a year. Basically $200 a year.
$197.
It's pretty reasonable.
And just pricing. Why do a lot of people choose the number 7? I'll tell you why. Quick rabbit trail. Mm-hmm. Many people believe that number is the perfect number, and science has shown that people are going, is this a biblical lesson? Could be. But people a lot of times will praise things at 197, that kind of thing. But anyway, this is a very good program. We highly recommend it. Okay, other items here. There are also paid restricted access plugins.
Right.
Similar to membership, but they're not recurring. It's a one-time charge to access something.
Right. That sounds a lot like a membership, but the distinction is if you have like an ebook, if you have I don't know, there's all kinds of products you might sell one time, right?
Yep.
And you want to sell access to that. A list, maybe, there's different things you can do. So it's not a membership. It doesn't recur monthly or annually. It's just you pay for access just that one time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I can think of an example of one that you could do this for. Let's say that you were doing a broadcast, a podcast, a live training where you have Dr. Such and Such, and he's on tonight to teach you the secrets to revolutionizing your health. And you say, you can, for a one time, you can watch tonight for $7.99. Tune in.
Yep.
Or tonight we're having an MMA fight or a mixed martial arts fight or a boxing match, and you want to pay Showtime one time, $8.99 to watch the fight. That's the kind of stuff where it's a one-time charge. That's how it's all different. Okay?
Pay-per-view. Huh?
Pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. Now the third is the shopping carts.
Yeah.
Now these allow customers to buy products or services on your website.
Right.
And again, somebody says, I want to make my own custom shopping cart. That's cool. And for like $500,000, you can do that.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
No joke.
I'm not exaggerating. Buildingthrive15.com, some people say, why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. You spend a lot of money. I don't get it. Well, it has to be a mission. It has to be something where you feel strongly about it because, and we wanted to build a custom experience for you, so we kind of built like a Maserati of websites for you. And that's why it cost so much money. Now, but you can go out there and build a shopping cart today using some plugins that are available. Stu, would you recommend Shopify and
Well, if you're going to stick with the WordPress platform,
educate me, my friend.
there is one called WooCommerce.
Woo.
WOO commerce.com.
Can we search for that real quick? Now, when you say WooCommerce, are you getting a little woo-woo, Stu?
I'm trying not to, but I might.
Guys, I want to tell you something. This is a fun story. A lot of times you get
here
here
we go.
early in the morning.
Here we go.
There'll be like hot rocks, and Stuart will only be wearing a robe.
Yes.
And you'll walk in, and he'll just go, and he's going, wow.
Hello, my brothers.
Yeah, hello, my brothers.
I've been expecting thee.
I didn't know you would be here now. It's a little bit early.
I have made you some flan.
And I say,
Wow.
And I say, Stuart, are you okay? And then I realized I'm in a dream state. It didn't actually happen.
He was he was building a shopping cart all night.
That's what I mean by woo-woo. Okay, but anyway, Woo Themes. How much does Woo Themes cost?
This one's free. Whoa. Did I just say that?
Wow.
But there are some.
Is that coffee they're selling on the bottom?
Maybe. Looks like it.
Free.
So WooCommerce, let me unpack it this way. WooCommerce is free. The main shopping cart functionality is free, but there are plugins you have to buy, like if you want to hook it up to a credit card system.
Now they're going to get you. It's always about the money.
That's where
All they care about is making a profit.
And are those pretty pricey?
79, 129, somewhere in that range. Per. So it gets a little pricey.
Oh, wow.
If you're going to go WooCommerce, expect to spend $300 to $500 or so.
But is this your favorite? Sorry.
He's part of the Illuminati. He's always trying to push these products on us.
This is
Too many to buy.
maybe true, maybe not.
So how much is it again?
Expect to pay for plugins somewhere between $300 to $500 if you're gonna add like inventory tracking and things like that.
Just put this mark on your arm. Don't worry about it.
Just don't worry about
Under your skin.
Are you the Antichrist? No, I'm just saying. I just use this site. I just feel like he's always trying to push these little secret. It's the site's free. Just give me your credit card. Okay. Now, advertising. You want to sell advertising on your website? What is that tool?
Right. So if your plan is to get a lot of traffic and then capitalize on that traffic, monetize that traffic through advertising, there are plugins that allow you to do that.
Got it.
Right. So those are kind of the four big ways to make money on a website. There are some others, like affiliates and things like that, but those are kind of off. But these are the main four that you want to look at, and there are plugins that support those efforts.
Okay. So now let's talk about what plugins do I need.
Right.
The big ones, okay? And we talked about it a little bit, but I want to get back into it just a little bit here.
Sure.
What plugins do I need? Somebody say it with me now. What plugins do I need? I know we have drivers ask us every day, hundreds of them. What plugins do I need? I'm going to get into it. One, you need a search engine optimization plugin. You need an SEO plugin.
It's huge, yes.
This is going to allow you to manage and make changes to your SEO.
Right.
SEO? No, search engine optimization, okay?
Right.
So we recommend Yoast.
Yeah.
Now, again, people say, is that because they're paying you to recommend? I don't necessarily. They're not paying us. But Stuart, can you kind of explain real quick of why we recommend Yoast?
Yoast, the guy who developed that is super intelligent, and he stays on top of the Google algorithms and the changes, and the penguin and all these different changes that come out.
The what?
Oh, did I open that door?
The
Google
penguin.
is constantly making updates, and they tend to name them after animals.
Yeah.
So there's like the penguin, there's the panda update. Point is, Yoast is staying on top of the search engine game.
Right.
Just get
Okay.
it. Just
Good.
get it. Just
Let them do the work, and you just put it in.
Exactly. You gain the benefit of all that work. So you can, I want to unpack that where we said you can manage and make changes to your SEO.
Yeah.
Clay, so over time, how many strategy changes do you make on SEO? I mean, it happens every few months, right? You pivot.
I would say this, and I want drivers to freak out on this, but this is what happens. We have specific trainings that'll get into this. You basically have 3 moves that Google's never changed from, and then there's scammers who are trying to. This is a move I did. Okay, to get to the top of Google, it's always been these 3. It's whoever has the most content,
Okay.
plus whoever has the most backlinks,
Mm-hmm.
plus whoever follows the site design look of Google. That's always been the case.
Right.
If you follow the site design look they want, you have the most original content, the most backlinks, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I, as a 22-year-old, very aggressive man, I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the most content in the world. So I'm just going to copy all of the content, literally every single word from my competition, and paste it on my site. And I'm going to take the content from everybody's site and put it all on. If I take all of the content and put it on my site, I'll be top.
Yes.
And for a minute, I was.
Yeah.
Until you got reported.
Well, and then the thing was, it wasn't against the law,
Right.
because it wasn't considered copywritten stuff. Well, Google's like, look, buddy, we know what you're up to. So they change the algorithm. They make updates. So you can't do that. So then the only big strategy changes is that Google keeps keeping you from scamming. So if you're a non-scammer, McScammerson, then you're not going to have to do too many strategy updates. But if you are scammy McScammerson, you're going to have to do a lot of updates. Now, the thing about it is Yoast stays on top of the ones for non-scammers. And if you're following the rules and Google makes an update. So recently Google said, hey, local reviews, you have to have a site that's mobile compliant, because now people are on smartphones, so now you need this. Now there's 4 things you got to think of.
I see.
Most content, most backlinks, Google compliance, and mobile friendly, and reviews. So now, but Yoast stays on top of that. So that's why we recommend Yoast, okay? It's absolutely huge, okay?
It is.
Other things I want to bring up about the Yoast. You can manage your SEO. You can do it on kind of a site-wide or page-by-page. Very easy to do that. Also, you can create this thing called the .xml sitemap. Right. We have specific trainings on that. But Yoast allows you to, a sitemap tells Google, hey, Google, this is where I am, and this is all the stuff. It's like a table of contents for your site.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
you open up the book, and it says, here's what's inside it. That's what a XML sitemap is. And if you read some of more academic books, at the end of it, it'll have an index of where they got everything from, where it's cited. It's like a cited page where the information came from, and that's what a .xml sitemap is.